Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 2 vs 2 on Forgotten Isles. Playing as Space Marines, we've got Lockyo, and we've got his teammate Demi as the Dark Eldar. On the opposing team, we've got Stranger as the Imperial Guard, and we've got Blue Man 52 as the Inquisition Demon Hunters. Well, slurple my purple, boys and girls, but I mean, this is a wonderful colour scheme. Works really well with the complementary purple of the Dark Eldar, so well done, boys. Bonus, how would one say, bonus points for that. Whether that will help them in the incoming engagement, it is yet to be seen, that. Well, I do quite like the Dark Eldar on the backlines here, because they've now got 2 avenues to use their impressive movement speed to get around these flanks and harry and harass these little strategic points. I've already seen the scouts of Lockyer down here capturing some bits and bobs. They've also got impressive movement speed on the sense that every infantry unit, from what I understand, has this little run ability, which briefly increases their running speed. And of course, the Dark Eldar in this version of the game have got access to Fleet of Foot, which is quite nice. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. For some reason, my hashtag key wasn't working to follow units, and I was planning on looking at these guardsmen capturing this strategic point while I waffle on until something interesting happens. But yeah, I mean, we've got the guardsmen roundabouts out the front, which is exactly where they want to be. Able to use their structures and defensive fortifications for holding this this relic in the middle. Don't have any critical location take and hold victories on, so these points, while will be amazing for vision and additional blue money, won't make that much of a huge difference. We'll see a heavy bolter turret from Blue Man 52 coming down, but double tactical marines here. 2 lads working in tandem. Got to be scaring away these archivists. Too busy wanting to read their books, they're going to very slowly. Oh, look at the very cinematic. Hope you boys and girls are putting on your 3D glasses, because that would have certainly have been a sure to see. These guardsmen, they're dead. So that's a sad story for them. Archivists are trying to come back to finish this up with the bodyguards protecting the centre, but I mean, double Space Marines. Although I've been saying that, 1 Space Marine goes down. 1/4 of this central force already falling foul. Over on this side, we do have some horsemen. Horsing around, shall we say. Ha ha ha. And Archon as well, trying to give these guys the business. There we go. He locks a stun on, and all these mandrakes can give him a good old surround. And I would want to say castrate the horses. But a second squad of guardsmen, Imperial Riders, will also decide to assist their comrades. But sadly, that squad does look like it's gone down. 1 horse over here just looking over his fallen comrades before deciding to fall back. Very noble of him, I must say. Horses do manage to avoid that incoming force. But Space Marines have got the central point captured. Brother Captain ready to slice and dice anyone who comes anywhere near him. There are some Hellions on the field, which I do believe, yes, the Dark Eldar in this version of the game can get Hellions and stuff without building up their Dark Foundry. They come from the Hall of Blood, which is very useful. A small squad of servitors trying to run away with their bounding arms, but these Imperial Guardsmen Riders looking to cripple the building power of the Space Marines. Archon will come over again. Not sure how long his cooldown on the stun ability is, but if they can get another stun off, that'd be absolutely insane. Especially with a squad of Hellions going to come in on the flanks. No, they're deciding to leave them alone. I mean, they've done that decapping. Really critical to hamper the economy of the Imperial Guard and the Inquisition Demon Hunters. After all, their units are quite squishy, so if you can force them into not reinforcing or not building up anything substantial in a defensive structure, then we're doing alright. But we are going to see some minefields over here, anticipating some more Dark Eldar mischief and mayhem. Space Marines looking like they wanted to capture that critical location in the middle, but not sure. Is that your flag? It is your flag. Well done, Space Marines. Good job. That one's yours and not the Dark Eldar. Horsemen now thinking twice about the life, although this guy just wanting to take a couple more shots in just to show the boys that he's made of sterner stuff than them. But no one being super aggressive at the moment. Just little pokes and prods here and there. Dark Eldar might be going for a potential capping run. These are only conscripts, so they won't do all that much damage, but they'll certainly take a while to kill. And dear oh dear, one fistful of mines in the chops. They're going to fall back just outside the reach of the mines. Got some Mandrakes now coming in. Ooh, love that kill animation from that Hellion. Going up high before going down low. Mandrakes and Hellions are starting to move around as a squad. Look how fast these boys can move when they activate their Fleet of Foot, or Fleet on Fire. Whichever it's called in this version of the game, they're going to ignore this whole defensive structure. Lovely tank trap emplacements as well. A nice surround on that. They're going to decide to smash up this less defended listing post. Space Marines on this side now, forming a staunch pinkish purplish wall. They're going to be going in. Got to be careful of this negative cover there. The bodyguards are quite chunky. I mean, look, 8,600 health with those lads. Also, plasma gun on the Order Malice Supreme Lord. But compared to them, I mean, the Tactical Marines, they're just Space Marines, aren't they? You're not exactly going to be winning a firefight against them anytime soon. Especially when it's only one squad that will be tied up by the brother captain. This squad of Stormtroopers, unfortunate, has gone down. Guardsmen and, well, these Demon Hunters are going to be decapping that and recapping that relic holder. Not sure who would be better off with it. I think that the Imperial Guard have got the bigger units in the later games, but it's not too bad, all the same. I'm sure that Demon Hunters have some quite nice toys when they get that relic on the go. Brother Captain now armed with his jetpack, or jump pack. We're not playing San Andreas here, boys and girls. Although I was never allowed to play that game when I was a kid. My mum told me I wasn't allowed until I was 18. So much shock and chagrin of my friends at school. Anyway, wonderful grenade going on there. These guys are, like I say, in the negative cover now, although they have gone for a couple of plasma guns, which will certainly be rustling the jimmies of these tactical marines. They are going to fall back from this lightning striking icon of purification. Over yonder, we do have a raider, which is quite useful. Archon taking a lot of damage from these mines. The raider managing to shrug it off quite fortunately. And the Archon is just, yeah, he's just going to chill out for a bit. Have you got a ranged weapon? Yes, you have. You could turn around and fire at this. Oh, well, I suppose cool guys don't look at explosions. That's a reference. You younger ones won't get that. That was from the early years of the YouTube. By early years, I mean mid-teens. Which feels like 1,000 years ago at this point. Anyways, listing post. Unabashed by these Hellions. Only one able to get near it. There we go, that's gone. Relic looking like it's going to be decapped. Oh, when I was talking about the Inquisition capturing this, I completely didn't even realise that this relic was captured by the Imperial Guard. Never mind me then. But still now, Imperial Guard got no relics to show for themselves. Grey Knights on the field for Blue Man 52. And the Force Commander is probably not going to want to join into glorious melee combat with, in fact, two squads, should I say. Demon Hunter's also going to throw down some more lads. I mean, I think you are. What were you? Or did they just think, nope, we're not going to get off that ship. We're just going to chill out on board. We're not getting off. A nice little family of Sentinel Scout Walkers over here. Going to be really handy at killing those raiders. I mean, one benefit that you have from getting a large squad like this out with Sentinel Walkers is that once, like say for example, if the raider falls, that's all the DPS gone. Whereas with these Sentinel Scout Walkers, you've got a little bit more forgiveness there. Because if one gets out of position and dies, then you've still got 3 left, so it's not a complete total waste. Which is quite an interesting thing to think about. There we go, a couple of volleys and that raider goes down, and there we go. Like I say, once it goes down, that's 100% of its DPS offline. But these Scourges with their Dark Lances, not something that these Sentinel Walkers want to even touch. A good amount of Grey Knights there. I mean, how expensive are you? 130 and 10 blue... Oh, sorry. 130 blue money and 10 green money. Very expensive investments, but wonderful when they're out on force. Now they're going to be snaking around on this side, seeing that these Space Marines are building up a... I mean, they haven't seen them yet, obviously. The Fog of War is still not revealing anything, but they are about to see it.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Over on this side, Stranger still firing away at that listing post over there. Just being a bit of a nuisance, being a bit of a distraction. Grey Knight's not bothering trying to chase them around. Oh, no, never mind. They're going to teleport straight around the side, circumventing all this, and they are going to, in fact, a double teleport there. Very mobile are those Grey Knights. And yes, Demi probably not thinking that he's going to be engaging in a base trade of some sorts, so he's not really prepared for this. Bit of a terrifying shriek going on, scaring the Grey Knights just for a smidgen of time, but they will quickly rally. Scourge is looking to snipe down these Sentinel Walkers, and they have managed to get two. Looking for a third. And there we go, some elite Stormtroopers coming out to play now. Space Speed's a little bit slower on the uptick, but they are now back here, finally. Space Marines will probably want to, if they're planning on focusing on their tactical marines or maybe like an infantry corps for their composition, they might want to invest in a Rhino or two, just in case this kind of stuff ever happens again. Raider about to be taken down by the Sentinel Scoutwalker. Good Lord in heaven, mercy on my soul. Scourges looking like they were suffering from the effects of some sort of smite. These guys very low on health, all four of them. Managing to scare away the Sentinel Scoutwalkers. Got Homunculus over here, firing his green goop into the Grey Knights. Although we've got a devastated Marine squad now, covering the retreat. Trying to keep these Grey Knights away. Grey Knights do teleport out, and they've... What have you achieved? You've not really killed all that much in the way of economy, I don't think. I think maybe a couple of plasma generators. Memory serves. But okay, cool. Over on this side, got some Hellions. Scout Sentinel Walkers taking out that Tower of Loathing. Let's have a quick look at the economy. It's 2, 2, 1, and 1 and 6, and 2, 10, and 10 for the Dark Eldar Space Marines, compared to 239 and 191, and 225 and 136 for the team on the right. We'll watch this from the Space Marine point of view. Just for the shits and giggles, my dudes. Grey Knight's bashing someone. In fact, actually, the Dark Eldar economy taking a couple of hits here. Now got a Chimera Assault tank, the Cronus pattern variant for Stranger. Scourges over here, kind of just seeing what they could do with their little butter knives against the mighty power glaives of the Grey Knights. Not sure if they'll stand up to all that much damage. Dreadnought now coming in, and we do have... Ooh, you are equipped with... Oh, those flamey bits. Melter guns. Okay. And one well-placed missile, turning that elite Stormtrooper into a barbecued sandwich. Over here, a staunch line of Grey Knights. But this is a lot to deal with. Hellions for the stabbing. Scourges for the shooting. Raider also for some shooting as well. Do you have some Dark Warriors on? You've got some Warriors on yet, fair enough. But some Mines. And not going to be pleasant company for these Hellions. Only one model in their squad left. This is a lot of investment in the infantry though. As we've seen many a time in a Ultimate Apocalypse game, that investing too much in your tier 1s, 2s and 3s does make you a little bit vulnerable to the later stages of the game if the game does manage to go on for that long. Dreadnought equipped with an Inferno cannon. We've got these guys moving into the base over here. Still the engagement that goes on. Triple Raiders now. Hellions back into full strength. Well, these minefields, man, they're doing some real business. Not allowing these guys to get even a sniff of close combat, but the Leman Russ, that Chimera goes down. Space Marines over here trying to get a push in. Devastator setting up their guns before then deciding to move again. Very unfortunate. Cassicans feeling the heat, but they are looking to stay in that kitchen. This is quite an impressive amount of heavy bolters and melter guns. Demon Hunters will really need to pull back their force. I mean, what? You're all still over here. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, even if you smash all this, you won't have much of a base left if you carry on. Grey Knight teleporters. Are you packed to the brim with boys? You are about to have one squad, boys. There we go, one squad in. Need to get some reinforcements in stat. Gonna go for triple elite stormtroopers here. And are the Imperial Guard coming in? No, they're gonna leave their ally to fester and die in the bottom right-hand corner. And then you move away. What's Come on, Space Marines, there must be a reason why you're moving away. You've got them hook, line, and sinkered. Is it the triple basilisks? I mean, I suppose they are doing a fair bit of damage. And then again, yeah, I suppose, like, if you're being attacked by 3 basilisks and you're going into here, you're going to lose a lot and risk losing your whole army, which then makes your base entirely defenseless. I'm not sure if walking all the way back this way, maybe walking down this way and killing these Icon of Purifications, you know, while you're there. Well, hindsight is 2020. More Grey Knights coming in, Interceptors nonetheless. And they're also going to go for that Nemesis Force Swords. Space Marines now being a little bit defensive as the Cascans over here look to see if they can get a flanking maneuver in on these Scourges and the Raiders. Morale has been broken, but they do quickly regain with their priests, throwing lots of doofers around, and we do have the... Look at the range on those basilisks all the way over here, firing in for support. Wonderful stuff. Got some acid going on down here, causing some real damage to these Cascans. Break the morale once again. Priest is not going to be inspiring them anytime soon, and they are going to be pushed all the way back by triple Raiders, with triple Warriors on their haunches. Hellions are going to be chasing them all the way back home. Over on this side, we've got the Grey Knights pushing in to the Space Marines, but triple Dreadnoughts, all armed with the assault cannons. Even the impressive grey armour of the Knights aren't going to do them many favours against such firepower. I do believe that this composition is primarily... You've got... Oh no, you've got about 2 Devastators, 2 Tactical Marines. It's a healthy combination. Got a Chaplain in there as well for health regen. Dreadnought throwing away a Grey Knight, but some more teleport in. Unending numbers. There's a whole blooming chapter's worth of the Grey Boys. Also one going to equip himself with a mighty flag before then popping it away. Brotherhood Captain looking to see if they can take away these bodyguards. They are armed with a lot of plasma guns, so they are a good as any target to aim for. Plus they're quite squishy as well, so his damage will be much appreciated. It is quite the engagement for the Grey Knights. Not sure if staying around for much longer is the method, but they are still getting assistance from the Basilisks. Cascans retreating back to the Imperial Guard base. Dark Eldar taking the top in their dominant Dark Fists. Reds charging with that wonderful charging animation. And all the Dreadnoughts have gone kaput. And when I said that maybe the extended prolonged engagement was not in their favour, I take that back. They're doing alright, kid. They're doing alright. Dark Eldar pushing in, but managing to get themselves split up. Potentially going to lose this squad of Scourges over here if they don't jump over and follow these boys. There we go. Never leave a Dark Eldar behind. I'm sure that is the creed and motivations for the Dark Eldar. Very honourable race, all things considered. Cascans have now really they've got these guys cornered. Either push back this one and get shot up, or push back over on this side and get shot up by the Inquisition. Fate's worse than death, some would say. Wonderful little firing line. Can I get in on this action? POV Space Marines. Oh, you've stopped firing, you rascals. Go on, get us in there. I want to feel what it's like to be a Space Marine. Raiders have come over here. The one Raider does go down. And here we are. Come on, open fire. Oh, I picked the wrong blooming fine. You know what? Stod yet. I'll leave that to Iron Man Gaming or whatever that channel's called for those cinematic views. I'm but a humble man trying to do his best in this crazy world of Dawn of War, Ultimate Apocalypse. Yeah, the Dark Eldar advance has been well and truly crushed. Not a soul left over there, but they did do a fair bit of economic damage in the form of destroying listing posts and all that good stuff. Bodyguards over here. Brown breaded. Where are the rest of you? Oh, you're over here. One lad surviving his comrades by not being on that front line. On the listing post. Having a couple little shots at them. At those Space Marines. That's just wonderfully placed. Really adding value to the engagements here. Got a Baneblade on the way. Dear oh dear. Basilisk looks like taking out more conscripts than they were actual Space Marines. But it is authentic, I guess. Kaskan's still over here. What are you doing? Are you just patrolling? Are you just exercising for the fun of it? The squad of Space Marines instantly wiped out by a significant amount of plasma fire. And there we go. Relative calm and peace in our time. Looking at the economies, we've got 274 and 187 and 212 and 188 compared to 353 and 228 and 311 and 229. So quite a big economy on the right hand side of the map. Left hand side really need to start building up their stuff. I mean, they've got stuff, but like they've invaded the north quite a few times. They haven't really held on to it. It's a huge inconvenience. Homunculus, massively outplaced there. Not sure what he was doing. Well, Todd Slave as well, also going to be instantly taken out. And Mandrakes, probably not going to be living for that much longer. Got some Racks and some Witches. Looks like they were rallied to the Relic. Not seen these guys. Oh dear, that was quite a bit of a frame drop there. The old flashbang. Yeah, these guys are going to chase these Kaskans around. They are going to be stunned there and probably absolutely wiped out. Over here, we've got quite a big push. Grey Knights, now with their own dreadnoughts, going to give the Space Marines a taste of their own medicine. Now going to jump straight into the Space Marines base. There's a lot of infantry to take care of. A lot indeed. Space Marines at the moment, they're all the way down here. You picked the wrong time to push. That is very unfortunate. Early on in the game when he didn't push when he could have. And now pushing when he shouldn't have. Sometimes you roll those dice and they come up snake eyes, I'm afraid. Yeah, Grey Knight's just destroying everything in the Space Marines base at the moment. Although he does have a fair bit of econ and tech buildings down on this side, so it's all the end of the world. Space Marines not sure if they're caught on some sort of pathing issue here. But they need to get unstuck ASAP, which is 1-2. Buckle my shoe coming in mild strands. Do manage to get that down. The Purgaton Hellfire Dreadnought also soon to be taken down as well. We really need to get that stronghold up. If they lose it, then they're set back in the tech department quite significantly. That makes these base invasions all the more serious and deadly. Raxar coming in. This is such a significant amount of hellfire. They've got the Whirlwinds firing. Providing some moral support at the very least. Space Marines now in prime position. The problem with these guns is that when one or two of them are in line of fire, then maybe some of the ones at the back can't be able to fire because they're not quite within range. Same with when you put a missile launcher on your Space Marines. Or your regular tactical Marines, sorry. Well, get within range of the missile launcher, but not actually all the other shooty bits that they have access to. Over on this side, we've got War Beasts. And a big explosion. Wow, look at that. Knocking the backside off these guys. But the Kaskans using Faith to their advantage. Gonna hold. 29 conscripts over here, that's quite a terrifying number. Further putting credence to the idea that Imperial Guard are actually a horde faction, not some sort of united military fighting force. Stronghold soon to be no more as the Baneblade, very low in health there, but no more deadly in its DPS. It's not like tabletop where if they lose a certain amount of health, they lose their damage output. Now Greatness going to teleport on the northern side. They have seen the death of the Space Marine players. There's no point in chilling out of him anymore. Keen to show Demi what they're made of. And realistically, Demi, what have you got? You have got not much in the way of a standing army. Baneblade just casually going to stroll in. Well, the Whirlwind's still trying to power through this. And the morale's been broken, but it won't be broken for long when those priests are knocking around. Quite hard to lose your morale when you're surrounded by clergymen who will make your life a living hell should you even doubt the divinity of the God Emperor, Master of Mankind, Holy of the Holiest. And Dark Eldar do surrender from that, and I imagine as well, Space Marine player, yeah, he's not doing fresh, is he? He's got some whirlwinds. He's making a final push. But whether he's actually going to succeed with it or not... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind the final push. He's just going to surrender. Well, that was a nice back and forth. Lovely fighting going on this northern side specifically as well. Good amount of... How would one say? It's like unit diversity in both compositions for the Imperial Guard and the Dark Eldar. But also, great job to the Space Marine player. I think the main thing with that last engagement was just that really unfortunate timed push down on the south side. Really need to... I mean, if you had those rhinos that I mentioned earlier on, it might have been a different story, but hey-ho, we live and we learn, and isn't that the main thing? Anyway, if you want to support the channel, £1 a month does get you one extra game a week on the old Patreon, and also there's Discord where games like this happen all the time. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. I will see you in a bit. Peace.